Good evening, and welcome to Dan Bain's Sleepy Time Mumbles, a podcast you can miss. I'm Dan Bain, and every episode I improvise a low-stakes podcast for you to fall asleep to. Excited to get back behind the mic, but not so excited that it'll come across in my voice or manner of speaking. But it has been a while since I've done a full episode of the show over in microsleeps. I've been tried this thing where I recorded while I was actually falling asleep. I don't know how successful or otherwise that was, but I'm pushing the form. I guess that's that's what I'm saying. A constant process of innovation at the House of Mumbles. If you'd like to be part of that, of course, you can subscribe. Subscribers get free micro sleep episodes and access to the whole Sleepy Time Mumbles catalogue. They also sleep easy, knowing that they are keeping the 50 most recent episodes of the show ad-free for everyone else. That must feel good. You could be one of them. But not now. That can wait. For now, put down your phone, turn off your screens, and close your eyes. Now it's time to be mumbled to sleep. Hey, buddy. You come to snore in the back of the recording? You comfy? Okay. Season 7, Episode 4. Let's check our gear. Alright, everybody. We're about to do... Wow, what an expedition is ahead of us. We're going to be lauded and feted, celebrated for the accomplishments that we are going to achieve on this expedition. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today at this genuinely historic moment. People will look back at this time and they'll wonder to themselves, how did they achieve this? How did this extraordinary feat of bravery, of expertise, of courage in the face of adversity, how did that manifest? And I'll tell you, friends, it happened by preparation, by planning, by the very uninteresting but essential skills of list making, of checking things off, and of double checking. So a lot of checking to be done. Check, check. 1, 2. Before we begin going through the lists of equipment, and for each of us to make sure that they are carrying that essential piece of gear, I would like to thank our exploratory sponsors. Those people who have either donated goods or cash to buy said goods. Thank you so much to all our sponsors. I'm talking bird weight countermeasures. Thank you to the team at Bird Weight, especially to Joel, who was such a huge part of the negotiations for that deal. Crumline ropes and garters, thank you so much for all of your support, both in supporting our suspension from heights and suspending our stockings. Those are all, we can't have them roll down and shame us. That's a no. Because this is a respectable expedition. Not like Jamsworth and his run-of-the-mill, scandalous expedition. We are doing things by the book. 100%. Now, everybody get out your backpacks, get out your pouches, your scabbards, your quivers, your secret compartments. Empty them out, because I need to see you seeing your equipment. It's time to check our gear. Let's go. I'm interested, first of all, in seeing what rations have you packed for yourself. So I'll accept the following. Dried meats, jerky style, not a sweet one, chewable, high protein, dehydrated, probably too salty. That sort of dried meats. Obviously, Elven Lembas bread. Is that what it's called? Anyway, if you've got any of that wrapped in little leaves, you're good to go. Dehydrated meals. The kinds like they have on the spaceship or in Antarctica, or I guess just in the military, where there's a packet and you just put some, and it's small, so you should all have some of those. What a canteen of water. Okay, everyone, minimum 1 canteen of water, and everyone has to have a big drink before we go. Okay, I don't want to speak 10 minutes down the road and then you're like, I'm thirsty, and then you've drunk half your canteen. Okay? None of that. Also, just on the feeding nutrition side, some pots, little stove, that sort of thing, cook over a little fire, little grill, those sorts of things for heating things up. Okay, matches, definitely matches, lighters, sparks, Zippos, all those sorts of things. Okay, gotta be able to light a fire, boil up some water, rehydrate the nasty space mints, for example. Okay, also bring a life straw, because we may need to drink out of manky puddles. That's just when you gear up, that's just a reality that you sometimes have to face. You might be drinking out of a puddle, and not a good puddle either, a manky one, like, for example, the hoof print of an oxen and it's filled up with water, and you got to get your life straw on your hands and knees, just slurping away. You got to. You're thirsty. Or in the indentations of a tank track. That's right. Who knows what's out there? When you're gearing up, you've got to be ready for different zones. Yeah. Everyone has to bring a jersey. Okay? Speaking of different zones, there's a good chance it's going to be cold sometimes, even if it's hot. That doesn't mean that sometimes it won't be real cold. Also, it'll be rainy. Could be so jersey, and then probably a raincoat and rain hat. Now you're going to be tempted to don't bring umbrella, okay? Because when you're out in the zones, both hands free. You know what? So just rain hat. And also, it gets windy. Unless it's a really nice umbrella, it's going to turn it inside out very easily. So don't even waste time with it. Jersey, raincoat, rain hat, pants. I mean, dealer's choice on pants. You do you. Probably defo bring with pockets though, and long pants. Doesn't matter if it's hot to start off with. No shorts in the zone. Also, good chance of getting sunburnt. But also do bring sunscreen. That's a good point. Everyone got sunscreen? And I'm talking SPF 50. Don't bring a tanning lotion. Okay? Right. That transitions us into medicines, first aid kits, etc. First things first. Aid kit. Definitely have one. Also, antihistamines. Also, like, if it's the future, definitely bring like stim packs or whatever, like, or spray on flesh, any technological stuff like that. Definitely bring that. If it is, if it's magic, if it's a fantasy world, as many healing potions as you can comfortably carry. I would 3 minimum, because if it is fantasy world, it's a good chance. It's a high damage environment. There's a lot of things out there just aching to kind of have a bit of a go of you. So careful with that. Right. Uncomfortable topic, but we probably do need to talk about weapons. Okay? So, obviously dealer's choice. I don't recommend you bring any weapons that you are not at least semi-proficient in the use of. So for some of you, that might just be stick. Okay? Hey Sophie, into your basket. Into your basket, you're too noisy. You need your nails cut. Okay, go to sleep. What was I mentioned stick, so obviously that's what summoned the beast. Okay. For some of you that's going to be the best choice. Now some of you may be ready for step up from stick, club or spear. Good choices. Particularly that's if we're in like a fantasy environment again, that's what you're going to kind of want to go for, unless you have access to any sort of magical weaponry. I would jump on that if you have the choice of it. And I would also suggest, if you can diversify between both a melee, so close range, and a ranged weapon, so a bow and arrow or a crossbow, or, well, you get the picture. Projectile weapon. Rock is projectile weapon, also melee weapon. It's versatile. Obviously if it's the future, I would go for whatever you're allowed, some sort of laser or plasma weapon, probably for both close range and long range combat situations. Laser sword, plasma cutter, plasma rifle, laser blaster. All that's covers a vast array of futuristic possibilities. Okay. Boots, just boots, okay? No shoes, no jandals, sandals, flip-flops, high heels, sneakers, none of that. It's boots all the way, okay? This is a non-negotiable. And again, that's whether we're contemporary, future, or fantasy. Boots are boots are 100% compulsory. Okay. Right, let's talk about miscellaneous items. Okay. Ropes. Definitely want to see ropes. Not everyone needs ropes, but I want to see a good assortment across the company. Okay, ropes. What else? Grappling hooks. Absolutely no ropes without, and pitons, spikes, climbing spikes, all that sort of thing. Light sources, okay? We've already talked about matches, but that's about fire. I also want light sources. So what does that mean? Torches, either flaming or alternatively battery powered, or plasma coil powered. I don't know, but I don't even want anyone caught in the dark. Speaking of which, if anyone has access to night vision equipment, this would be a great time for you to get it. Okay, that might come in real handy. Now, let's go into some more specialized miscellanea. Disguises. Okay, I don't want everyone bringing disguises. That's insane. But a few disguises might not go awry. Ditto camouflage netting. I'm thinking camouflage paint. Okay, just a few specialists. Not everyone. Okay. One instrument. Okay. We aren't a travelling band. But one lute, bagpipes, trumpet, something like that, at the right time could be ideal. So also, of course, the banner of the company. The company banner is definitely to be brought along, and it will be all of our great shame if the banner should e'er touch the ground, as is our way. What else? Anything else we need? Lockpicks, don't forget those. They'll be useful. Tools, like a tool. So I'm thinking bolt cutters. I'm thinking hacksaws. Okay, maybe just one person could be allocated that role. They seem quite heavy, so we don't need heaps of them. But do know if you're the person that's got them. If you do not have a knife, please go and be issued one. Like boots, knives are compulsory. There's no situation that you're going to be like, oh no, I've got a knife. This is making the situation worse. Apart from airport security. There was Season 7, Episode 4. Time to gear up? I can't remember what I called it. Time to check our gear. Good title. Not as memorable as I would have hoped. Sleepy Time Mumbles is produced by Noose Octopus Theatre, etc. It's recorded in Ōtautahi, Christchurch, New Zealand. And it's hosted and conceived of by me, Dan Bain. Like and subscribe on the internet, friends. You can find all those things in the show notes. But until next time, good night and sleep tight.